No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. We're going all the way so you can score more for your trade-in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV today. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News, as we get you set for the latest news, insight, and analysis as game time approaches. The BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise. Check out lithiafordboise.com to view the full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. All Bronco Nation news broadcasts come from the Western Collective Studios. Head down to Western Collective's locations in Garden City or downtown Boise to try some of their delicious beers, including the Horseshoe Golden Ale, the first beer to support an NIL collective. Now, let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News.
A beautiful day here at the James. Fans getting ready for Boise State football. Finally, 302 days, there is a game back on the blue here for the Boise State football. We bring you in live here at the James. We got Kent Riddle, we got Brad Bedell. They're here, and we're excited for football in the blue, Kent. It's been a while, but they're back on the field.
Absolutely, and judging by the crowd up here today, and the crowd on the streets, looks like it's going to be an awesome time. So if you're not on your way down here, get your ass down here and let's go.
Yeah, I see, Brad, you went white out. You got the white on. Brad's going to be attending his first game as a fan ever in the blue, right?
Yeah.
Ever in Albertsons Stadium. So Can't wait to get the full report on the beer lines and the restroom lines and the stuff that you've never had to deal with before. But fun to have a home game on the blue, and I'm sure you're excited to be going.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to get the stands, see something else, right? I mean, we talk about on the show on Wednesdays how I'm trying to be involved in this community. That's part of coming to a Boise State football game. Can we address something real quick?
Oh, here we go.
There was a tweet about 48 hours ago how BJ Rains loves night games because he can watch games during the day.
Yeah, I would have rather this Boise State game started at 10 a.m. That would have been great. Yeah.
And Kansas came out with an.
So what was the final? It was like a
32 to 28. They had a 2-hour lightning delay.
That was the downfall of them.
Yeah, it was not great. We're 1-3, so thanks.
So, Boise State football.
We had we had the lead in the fourth quarter of all three games and lost all three. So we should be 4-0, but we were not. We're 1-3.
Team finish.
Some great games today, though.
Memphis just went down, by the way.
Oh, they did.
Memphis goes down. Group of 5 bid opens up a little bit for Boise State.
Yeah, all that. Liberty's probably still active because they're playing
shit teams.
Who's the high school that didn't exist?
They played IMG. That guy went to jail for fraud or something. I mean, shit. And then the other thing is NIU. Buffalo played them tough.
Yeah, Buffalo was ahead a minute ago, 2017.
So Buffalo 2020 in overtime with Northern Illinois.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that could be a nice day for – last night was probably nice if you're – I know you guys don't care, but for fans and trying to get Boise State into the top 25, last night was a pretty nice result pretty much all the way around for that. And then in the Group of 5 bid today, Navy wins and Northern Illinois in overtime with Buffalo after they were up big.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think everybody knows Boise State takes care of business. Want to know every week because that's going to be their mentality. It's like, hey, we know we control the game.
Yeah.
But, as fans, we can look at the other stuff and see the rest of it, and it's going in their favor. And I think, hey, Boise State's got to take care of business tonight. And after a week off and kind of the Portland State thing, what they're going through, it wouldn't surprise me if they had to kick a little rust off at the start of the game.
Boise State, that is?
Yeah. But Portland State's really in the same boat. So, that. I mean, people flipping. But assuming they get through tonight, next week, to have a 4-0 Washington State coming in here, this place ought to be rocking.
There's no doubt.
Like nobody.
I'm with you there. The other thing is this, and answer this question because I don't.
Hey, we got some Boise State fans in the house. How are you feeling about the game tonight? Now I feel I'm embarrassed to ask this, but do you know who they're playing tonight? Okay, I knew it. They've been busy. They had football and baseball today, but all right.
Hey, answer me.
Go watch the fan. Go get out of here, kids.
Hey, beat it.
Yes.
Bad news bears. Hey, I do have a question. Maybe it's me, and I need some education on it. But why the infatuation of Boise State being ranked right now in the season? I kind of don't.
They haven't been ranked in like 3 or 4 years. So
they haven't, and it's not a plug out. I know they haven't been ranked since Andy and other people. But at the end of the day, don't you? You have to be the top ranked G5 team.
By the way, Buffalo just won in overtime, so down goes NIU.
So, like Britt said, take care of business 1-0, and then you got a Washington State team that's undefeated. And Boise needs as many of their opponents to win as humanly possible. That's where you live right now because of strength of schedule. Because
I'm adjusting your guys' volume a little bit. Turn up 3 and 1, just a little bit, and 2. I guess all of them.
Even San Jose, playing tough last night, that probably helps.
I agree.
UNLV, that's going to end up being a big game. I think they were ranking 18 or something.
That's the game, right? That's a game on the schedule right now.
Here's the thing about
I know you don't
all fans.
I know, but if you're a fan, whatever, when you're watching that ESPN ticker, like if you have a number by your name, like, I mean, it makes it. I don't know if relevance is the right word, but I think there's something to being ranked. And
yeah, you get more people
you can find the scores.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's true. It's true, and your highlights show up every morning, every Sunday morning, because we're going to play some late games. So, all the voters know, whether it's Heisman or AP vote or coaches poll. I mean, most everybody's in bed by the time these games end. So if your stuff shows up every morning on Friday before they put in their votes,
we are. This is Lithia Ford Boise pregame show. We're here at the James. Come on down. They got the Horseshoe Golden Ale. They got the pizzas flowing, the food, the drinks. You saw my family here having dinner. This place is packed. This is as packed as I've seen it in a while here. You couldn't ask for better weather. I mean, it's going to be picture perfect. Football weather tonight. We are in the Western Collective Studios, as I said, the Horseshoe Golden Ale, and now they've debuted a seltzer as well, the Orange Chaos Seltzer. Both will be available inside Albertsons Stadium if you're going to the game tonight. But we are here, and then post game, I think it's a little windy here. I'm reluctant to do this, but I'm turning the post game over to YouTube.
That could go wrong.
It could be fun. I cannot wait for this one. Jaden's going to help out, but this is the first home game in 302 days. And this is also the first official home game for Spencer Danielson as head coach. We were kind of having some fun on the radio with Johnny and Prater, so I wanted to ask you guys your memories of your first ever game on the Blue.
My first ever game on the Blue was
1990.
2001. And I'm struggling to remember for sure if it was UTEP or Washington State, because they're both early in the season. We opened the year at South Carolina against Lee Holtz, coach in South Carolina. It was a great atmosphere. We had a couple of tough plays. Kind of right in the game. By far the funniest thing I remember about that game. I'm trying to think. We got a field goal block. I actually ran it down. So that crushed me. That was the rough first thing I remember. But the funny thing I remember about that pregame, the officials came in. For Strasser I don't know. It drops his southern. Oh my God! It's Strasser. It's so light. But anyway, that was not a home game. Yeah. But yes, and we'll do it. I think Washington State was. I just remember hitting them them hitting us on the double pass, and we ended up losing that one big. But then proceeded not to lose another game on the blue until the Unitarian Bowl in 2005, right before Hawk, and I left.
Red, you may need to take this mic for a second. They're saying there's some background noise. I'm not sure what the issue is here. See if you can talk with this one. Let me know, guys. Is this sounding better? Because we may have to get a regular mic out. Let me know. Check if this is good. Go ahead and tell your story while we're figuring this out. Troy. That was was that the Avery Williams punt return?
Avery Williams first touch of the game. First touch of his career touchdown.
Alexander Madison took power for 55, I think. And then we had some tackles for loss. That's cool. And then we had to run power out to win the game. It was a tight game. We had to finish in 4 minutes. Yeah. If you won the game, you kind of moved on.
And they were a good team of the year.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is.
It was an exciting deal. But yeah, that was certainly Avery Williams' arrival on the scene.
There's no doubt.
What I was going to say, what I was saying, the Washington, I think UTEP might have been the first game on the blue, and then no, I mean, both of them. Washington State. Washington State was the first game. Then we came back and beat UTEP, but Washington State, we lost that game, and then didn't proceed to lose again on the blue until the bowl game, which technically didn't count as a home game. So. Yeah, that was the only loss in the first 5 years I was here. So, yeah.
17.
All right, we're going to get the two other mics out. I don't know what's going on. Usually we don't have a problem with that, but we'll go to the stick mics here. But this game today, for either one of you guys, the spread's 42.5. You guys have been in these situations. You're playing an FCS team. Obviously, you don't feel that the game is in doubt, but what do you want to see, I guess, from Boise State to just take out number 3 and put that in there? Let's see here. Sorry about this, folks. We're going to fix this on the fly here. Spin it around the other way. There we go. Say something, Kent. Hello? Is that better? Talk again.
Hello?
I think that's hopefully a little bit better. We're going to turn it up there. Talk again.
Everybody got me?
There we go. I think you're better now. All right. What do you want to, aside from winning the game, what do you guys want to see from Boise State today?
Just play sharp. After a week off, you want to see you don't want to see a bunch of false starts or offsides or just stuff you can control. You want to be in control of that, and then play well. These guys are not a great rush defense, but I'm sure they had a week off too. Now they might not have had all their players that whole week, but they probably went and worked on some stuff. And I would think they would probably spend a lot of time saying, hey, let's make these guys beat us throwing it. So you might not see a ton of big Ash and Genty runs early on. Might be a little bit more on the throwing game. But, I think mostly just play clean. In and out of the huddle, all the things like coach talk. Like, guys, look like we know what we're doing out there and not like we've been on spring break for 2 weeks.
There's no doubt. The other thing is that
I don't know if your mic's working there. Sorry. What number are you in? Sorry there. Try that again there.
Hi, how you doing?
Check.
Good?
Check. Talk with this one. Sorry, I'll figure this out.
Hey, the other thing is you want to see the defense communicate, because now it's opposite, right? So the defense has had quiet stadiums. On the road, they're the fans are really just kind of yelling, on offense. Now you get the defense has to deal with home crowds. So did they sell out? It's a big game. So are they going to? They're going to have to communicate with this fan base that's a sold out game. And so as they communicate things like that, now coverage has got to communicate things like that. In tune, you want to see explosive plays cut down. Hey, how you doing?
Take that off and talk with that. Take that off and talk with that.
Yeah, can you hear me?
You're good.
So you want to see defense communicate. You want to see the defense communicate and cut down explosive plays.
I think I finally fixed it. Sorry about that, guys.
Well, they said in Harrison, Australia, fun. So
There you go.
that's got to be a James Ferguson rental.
First home game for everybody. Sorry about that. We should be good. Let us know if you can hear us better. All three mics should hopefully be working now. I can hear it. It should be working fine. So there you go. They're saying that's better.
We're going to run them.
Somebody might just have a buzzing in their ear from watching bad football earlier on, whether it's Kansas, the Arkansas-Auburn game.
Auburn shit down their leg.
The Arkansas-Auburn game was epically bad. I think 6 total interceptions.
Yeah, it's just bad football.
Whatever. So
What happened?
Nothing. I'm just laughing. Yeah. Okay. Watching from Germany. They can hear you all from there as well. So we got Germany and Australia chiming in. They can hear us fine. What do you think about in terms of a game like this where you're expected to get up big? I don't know what either of you guys said because I was fixing this, but wanting to try to get the passing game going, get some confidence from Maddox Madsen going into next week, get some of these receivers going. I think the stat is other than Caples and Camper, you have 66 receiving yards from the rest of the team. How do you try to get the receiving going here?
well, that'll happen naturally, but part of that's a product.
We got stuff blowing everywhere.
There's only so many plays in the game, right? And so if Ashton Genty's running for 200 and some a game,
Hand the ball off.
Yeah,
Hand the ball off.
I don't know where all the balls are going to go. A little bit the same problem we had in 14. Like, it all sounds good, but every play you're not handing it to J.J. in 14 is like one less play he's touching the ball. So you want to take advantage of that when you can, but you also want to feed the beast a little bit.
Let me also ask you this, Rip. I wouldn't mind seeing 2 tailbacks in the backfield. I'd love to see some different formations to give somebody else something to work on.
I'm sure they will
Probably
do that.
because you got to honor it. You have to honor different formations. They've had a bye week and go, you know what? We're going to do this formation made 3 times, and that gives somebody else something to worry about. And the other thing, to get the ball to the wide receiver, things like that, play action, things like that, that'll take care of itself on who gets the ball. But
They'll be all over their self-scout.
Yeah.
They'll know what.
But and the other thing, it's a 2-game sample, right? You'd really like to have a 4-game sample going into a
Feel like we're in Twisters.
going into the game.
For such a beautiful day, and there's like no wind, but it's right on top of us here.
First of all, I think this is the greatest first show of all time.
This is just the start. The post game show.
I mean,
be
this
even
is
better here.
this is just a complete. Just how do we get over adversity right
cluster
now?
F. Yes.
Come on,
It's not a cluster F.
we're fine. Let's go.
We're good.
Okay. Anything from the defense, getting more turnovers. I mean, holding Portland State scoreless. I mean, how does the defense call this a success today?
That all sounds great, but the same thing everybody wants to see from the offense in terms of getting other guys out there and all that stuff. They want to see. Nobody cares who's playing defense, right? They just want them to hold them scoreless.
Sure.
And I know that sounds bad, but unless you got like everybody wants to see a Med get a sack and show up at Jackson's and get their 91-cent drink on Monday.
Coffee and soda.
But other than that, like, nobody cares who's out there on defense. But the coaches want to build depth. They want to get guys out there to go take through. And to think that there's no growing part of that It's probably unrealistic. Yeah. Would we all love to see a shutout? But these guys scored 30 in importance.
They did.
Washington State, right?
They did. They scored 30. The game was like 70-30, and I don't know if it was late. Doesn't matter. But I would also say this with the beat.
Like I said, Twister.
I don't have insurance for him, so we gotta watch it.
Guys, I don't think you understand. This show is fucking awesome.
The top of the. I wish we could turn the camera and show that. The top of
the shield from the guy from 300 just fell up and hit
God.
something.
Add the extra camera here maybe and turn and show what we're talking about here. That just wow. All right. That was
So, but I also think if you can, at the end of the day, also when we talk about this game,
yeah, here. This just fell down. Almost took off our part-time reporter Jaden by the neck.
for the head.
Yeah.
This
So
is awesome.
the top of the what do you call the heater? The heaters there literally just the wind blew it off and it almost hit him in the head. So we're good.
I will say it. I'd like to the defense communicate and cut down explosive plays. If they can do that coming out of this game, I think that's a good way.
Last game.
They did. No, they're
They
getting
gave up 2 50-yard passing plays in that game still. I mean, it wasn't the 15, but they still gave up the key touchdown long ones at the right time.
Yeah.
It was 3 explosive. It went down 15, I think, to 3 or something like that. So, yes,
Well,
they
if you
cut
think
way back.
Oregon's not going to have any explosive plays in a game they play the rest of the year, like
Well, they did. Look at Oregon State.
yeah, how many?
Yeah.
By the way, your man Drink is in some trouble. Vanderbilt driving late in a tie game against number 7 Missouri. So anything can happen. But you mentioned 70 points Portland State gave up to Washington State. So Washington State, you play them next week. Do you look at this saying Boise State needs to be in the 60s or whatever?
No. Every game's
there.
Every game's there.
Not even
Not at all.
How do you, if you're a coach, handle getting Ashton Genty his stats in this game, but getting him out of the game also and keeping him healthy?
you follow your game plan, whatever it is, and he gets what he gets. And when you're ahead by enough, you pull him out.
Pull him.
But there's there's nobody actually
Look
trying.
who
Joel.
come sit down. You can sit right
What's
here,
up, man.
We got a new sponsor. Here, you can sit down here and Rid, you can introduce
There's
our
nobody.
guest.
There's nobody. Joel,
Signature Roofing.
Signature Roofing.
Newest sponsor.
Yeah. Joel,
Doing good.
was part of our equipment staff way back. We worked really close together, helping the special teams, running backs, all that. New sponsor for BJ, obviously. So BJ's fired up. We're all fired up, Daddy. It's good to see you.
It's great to see you. Yeah, brings back a lot of great memories.
Yeah,
We had
absolutely.
a lot of fun times together.
Yeah, and this guy's doing awesome things in the valley here with roofing and one of the premier roofing companies around. So
Yeah.
excited to see that success for you.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Yeah, and we actually had a lot of players who are coaching now on the roofs, in dumpsters, tearing off 20-some years ago. So it's fun to watch them on TV, and I'll send them a little text time to time of some old pictures we had when they were in the dumpsters.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's awesome. Well, good. Yeah.
Give us your best Rid story here. That's public.
Well, definitely not my best ones. That's for sure. But Coach Riddle was pretty instrumental in helping me out. Like Coach Ritt says, I came on as an equipment manager. And the way that happened was to give you an idea of the type of staff we had, the type of guys these guys are. I called Coach Hawk at the Blue. Just some random kid out of the community told him I wanted to be a coach. And Hawk actually calls me back and leaves me a voicemail. I miss it, call him back. He calls me again. He says, hey, you can't be on my staff, and here's why. Like, he took my question seriously.
Yeah.
Goes on to explain why I can't be on the staff. But he says, if you want to get started, come down and see Dell Holstein and start in our equipment. So I did. I showed up, did that. And then little by little, just did more and more things and did more and more. Yeah, put on the headsets, broke film down, did different things, started traveling with the team.
Yeah.
And I would always tell Coach Ridd how I wanted to coach. And Coach Ridd eventually had me out there at practice. I'd be holding different things and trying to make guys fumble and running back drills. But it was Coach Ridd that had me come in to the to the running backs room. And so I started going to the running back meetings and special teams, learning, downloading, and I would ask Ron Collins, our defensive coordinator at the time,
Absolutely.
ask him all kinds of questions. Coach Wilcox, Justin, now Cal was our GA, and he would just tell me all kinds of stuff. Hars, and the whole staff was awesome. And we had a lot of fun together.
Yeah, no question. Joel was an integral part of the, if you've been watching the podcast Riley Ridd on Tuesday, we're kind of telling old stories about how things got started. But, really one of the guys that, just exemplified blue collar and, hey, what do you need me to do? I'll do it. And help us get to where we needed to be, and then kept going from there. So one of the guys that, now you're roofing, but at that point you were laying the foundation. So.
But it's also amazing what you took from those experiences to your company.
No question about that. Being around these types of guys, their leadership, their mentorship, how they interacted with each other in staff meetings, and how they treated players when we made mistakes, when we did good things, just being a fly on the wall. Talk about being like shotgun right. When we're in the press box, right behind coaches in stressful moments, things go well, things go bad, things are a surprise. We think things are going bad, but then they go really good.
We figured that out in this show.
Yeah. Sometimes, it was really cool to watch how they treat each other, right, and the kids in those moments. And that's probably what I learned the most, is how to treat people. Because they did it really
some
well.
Good moments, and definitely some bad.
That's going to be anything, right? But it's also just another example of young men, student athletes coming out of Boise that are looking for opportunities in the workforce when they're done playing. And, you're going to look at those people because the culture that the athletic department hasn't changed that much over the time. People have come and gone, but the culture's not changing.
Oh,
and that's the greatest thing about what makes Boise State football. Mm-hmm. And that's why they'll come out tonight and they'll put a drumming on Portland State.
Yeah,
because we got to hit it, right? Because BJ's pointed out to this a couple of times of what's an FCS schools, but they're on the schedule and they know they got to come in, beat their ass, and then move out. And it's like anybody else. It's a logo. It's not a name. It's who we're playing. We're moving on. We're going to do what we have to do to win the game because that's what we're going to do. And then we'll move on to Washington State. It doesn't matter the FCS, not FCS. You're going to take the field.
I saw a deal. He said, nameless, faceless, which goes back to, I think I
forever
that like 2002, right? Whatever. Doesn't matter. They're worried about their standard and what their execution looks like. And now that those things, when you're inside the ropes, frustrate the hell out of you. When you're outside the ropes, you're like, hey, it might take a series. It might not. They may come out of here and first play may go 80.
You're right.
So, whatever. But I know at the end of the day that these guys are going to perform and produce, and it's going to look good. So
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the brick by brick days.
Yeah.
And like what you were saying, I don't know that they care that much the opponent in front of them. It matters, when you got a big game. But to them, they really buy into that brick by brick mentality.
But it also helps it's a first home game, too.
No doubt. And all these guys will be excited just to get out there on the blue. They haven't played for 2 weeks.
Right.
Lost a tough one at the end. So I would expect them to come out fast, but, I also understand the reality of sometimes – maybe you just have a bad play for whatever reason.
Well, they're going to have a bad play. That's football. But I agree with you 100%. I would hope they come out pissed and want to come out and hold a tradition on the blue that's been created. And this is it. The first game on the blue is going to start your season on the blue.
Right.
How you perform tonight is gonna determine, in my opinion, your attitude for the rest of the season. And I believe in that. On any home team, I believe in that. You take that blue, and this is the way it's going to be this season. We're going to dominate the blue, and you win on the blue. That's the way it is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Joel, tell us a little bit about Signature Roofing. We got you on here. Might as well get a plug.
All right. Yeah. Well, I was born and raised here, so a local company, and started doing right out of my time at Boise State. I didn't want to go into roofing, but I wanted to be a coach. That's what I really wanted to do. But the way life went, and at that time I was going through a divorce and 2 young girls, and to be with them and have the kind of time I wanted, I needed to get back into roofing. And so I just started out myself and then one employee, and we've just grown now to about 70 employees. We do residential, commercial, everything in between. If your grandma's vent blows off, we'll fix it. If Amazon needs a roof, we'll roof it. I don't care. If it needs covered, I'll cover it. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Good for you.
yeah. So I'm really proud to support and help out Bronco Nation News. It means a lot to us, and we look forward to the partnership.
Yeah, to Bronco Nation News, and we always love keeping everything in the family. So it's awesome. More people around here support Boise State football, the better. So
All right.
I
you, sir.
think we
Thank
might
you so
all
much.
check out because there's a couple superstars.
Well, Riley wanted to join you
need to
guys for a
jump
couple
in.
minutes real quick. By the way, a very nice lady named Janice walked by and wanted to buy you guys your next drink. So there you go. They got fans for giving you guys money there.
Hey,
so.
what? Hey, water's free.
Come on, Janice just walked by and said, please
Well,
buy
Janice,
Brad
thank you
Janice
so
the
much.
next drink. So you got fans here. Hang on. Here you go. Host of the Riley and Ridge Show, Riley Smith, can have a couple minutes. You guys can get your pregame thoughts.
Oh,
Come on, Billy. Come on, Billy. Get up here.
What's up? Billy,
That's
come
all
here.
right. Come on, Billy.
Just you sit on Ridge.
Here,
lap.
Billy, take this for a minute. No, Billy, take this for a minute.
Thank you. I just
Yeah, Bedell needs
What's up, Bronco Nation? It's his first
Yeah,
pregame. It's been awesome.
absolutely. What are you guys fired up about today?
I'm fired up about the experience. Like we've been looking forward to it all week, coming out and seeing the tailgates and all the fans walking around, and then obviously the game is going to be awesome. So we're just excited to see what it's like from a different perspective. Because we went to an away game, but now we want to see what it's like
Absolutely.
in Albertsons Stadium.
So
So
white stadium.
yeah,
With the white out
awesome. We
going.
got the white
Yeah,
on.
we're
We
supporting.
dressed accordingly. Coach
Yeah.
Rid missed the memo, but
Really did. You got a white shirt.
there we go.
I'll change before game.
For sure. How's it been going so far?
Good. Yeah. Well, I mean, sort of good. We had some audio issues. We had the top of one of those fly off, almost hit Jaden in there.
Oh, nice.
Lord.
You know, but it's been
Can we blame Billy for that?
Yeah, blame me.
Yeah.
I was supposed to tighten that screw a little.
Billy will fix it this weekend.
Yeah, don't worry. All right, noted.
But we got a great crowd out here. There's our guy Nathan. So
Nathan.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the hat on too. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So no, it's all good. I missed Nathan at the parade last night. I
You
don't
did,
know how
yeah.
that happened.
One thing I say is Boise shows up. You know, Boise knows how to come and support and
How
just
about
be,
first 3 games are sellouts? Let's get the last 3 sellouts.
exactly.
Let's get that done in
It's been
advance.
long enough. We've been waiting on a home game for 4 weeks. So
Yeah.
this is sweet.
100%.
A lot of things falling into place.
Yeah.
And again, Brad and I were talking about this, but as a fan, a lot of things falling into place.
Yeah.
The players, whatever. Like, we're in
Right.
week 4 of the season, and there's 8 weeks left. Like, they're worried a whole bunch about scoreboard watching it this
Yeah.
week.
Right. And can we talk about how Nebraska had 4 home games to start the season, right?
Yeah,
It's
we were
week 4 for us, and we're just getting on the blue, one of the best stadiums and places to play and atmospheres in college football. So
No doubt.
let's get those things rolling.
It's but you know, like I said, awesome here out on the
Right.
streets,
Oh yeah.
all around Broadway, the parking lots.
It's all we were
Pretty
hoping for.
seen. I mean, literally, if you walk down the street, you got a favorite player that graduated, you'll probably run into him.
100%.
Darren College in here,
Yes.
We saw,
bartending.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he's running
you
around.
want to come? You want to come?
It look-
You know, hang out with the
Yeah.
Bronco great NFL player,
Yes.
Super Bowl champ.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's come down to the James and
Yeah.
sit at the bar and hang out with Darren.
Yeah.
It's a family
It is.
around here. Straight
I know.
family. Anywhere you go and look, you're gonna run into a player, a coach, just someone who supporting so much. So love it.
We should probably mention it's not like Darren fell on hard times and they hired him here.
Yeah.
Darren is part owner of the James.
Yes. They need Billy to tap in tonight.
Yes. Yeah. If you guys see me flip this hat backwards and start working, you know why.
It's that point. I know. But it's cool. We were just over at the end zone and saw all the boys. We saw
Yeah.
Joe, Nick Pro, Dusty, Crabtree.
Yeah.
Bunch of future Riley and Rick guests.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was like, why have I not been on yet? I'm like, you're on the list. You and your brother are for sure. I have so many stories to tell about them.
Yeah,
That it's insane. Yeah, it's been awesome. Just talked to G5 on the phone. He's like, we got our tailgate set up. You got to come through. So.
Al Dan's got his
Yeah,
set up.
So I'm fired to
Tom
walk
Spurbeck,
through
Tommy
there and see all the
Stewart.
boys.
Might have to get T. Stu on at some point.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But anyway, yeah. So we're having fun down here.
No doubt.
Expect it to be a great night for the Broncos, and excited to see the guys show out. Really,
Oh, yeah.
right?
A lot of touchdowns.
And I know they feel this energy too, right? There's something different about playing home, especially here. Like, you got to show up, and then they're excited. And the boys, I know, just talking to a couple of them, they're excited. They can't wait to display it for the hometown, for the family. So it'll be fun.
All right, we're debuting the new sound system tonight too, right?
Oh,
Not only up here, but in the stadium.
Yes.
But yes, we
It's
now
cool.
have the sound system.
Yeah, because the experience, like, in Albertsons Stadium over the last 2 years, like what Jeremiah Dickey has done.
Well, and it's a night game early in the year, so we'll actually get to use the lights.
LED lights, those were the coolest thing added because we would score a touchdown and it was just, you would black out when you score a touchdown. And it's like you watch it back and you see all the lights that were going on. It was like just made that moment so much cooler.
Yeah, and I would encourage you guys, if you can, just come and check out the new back of the big billboard on the back of the stadium. Like, I mean, that's amazing. We were flying in, you could see it from the air and the airplane, from the freeway, from the airport, anywhere you are. Like, it's amazing. They've done an amazing job. So yeah, it was cool.
You live here. I'm being told to get your just your thoughts on the game, and then cut you loose.
Yeah, no, my thoughts are it's a great home opener, and I know the boys have been preparing for this all week, especially with the bye week, and they're itching to get back out on the field.
No doubt.
And just talking to some of the boys, they're just excited to showcase what they've been doing and be able to do it in front of Albertsons Stadium as a whole. Because even like Eugene and Georgia Southern, like we travel thick, and so a lot of Boise State fans have seen it, but to be able to do it at home is such a different feeling. So I know those guys are ready to go, and it'll be good to get a fast start and be able to go into this week and get a W. So I'm excited to see them.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
No doubt.
I know the boys are going to show up. I mean, one thing we always preach is just nameless, faceless opponent, right? Doesn't matter who you're playing or where you're playing. Just go out there, stick to your process, and just go
Yeah,
compete.
it's all about the standard, right? The standard, and, whether that's taking on the block, getting off the block, catching the ball, throwing the ball, whatever. There's a standard, and trying to meet that standard. And yeah, is it going to happen every play? Yeah, probably not. And It wouldn't be a reason to practice.
For sure.
But yeah, this is going to be a fun night tonight. We're going to have a fun run of the 3 home games. So, if for some reason you can't get into one of the games, get down here anyway.
Yeah.
Come be a part of the action.
Oh, this is a great environment.
Come to the Bronco walk. Come to the James. Come to, just be down here and be a part of it.
Yeah. And protecting the blue, too, is something we always talk about. So being able to be on your home field and have the home field advantage, but like it's serious. Like you protect that turf. And so I know they've been talking about it for 2 weeks straight. And like Bill said, it doesn't
I
matter.
bet those guys have seen plenty of videos.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff. So.
No doubt. And especially when they release like the pictures of how the blue came to be and how the stadium has changed over time. Like that blue turf means something.
Seeing all the guys that paved the way before you, all the coaches, staff members, everyone in administration that just helped paint this beautiful picture that we have nowadays. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I guess we're
Cool.
back
Yes, sir. Bronco Nation, thanks for listening.
All these people here need to come back Tuesday at 8.
Yes, Tuesday at 8. Free drinks if you have a question.
And it'll be we got a good one lined up.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
See you,
See you in a minute.
Let's get your. We got 2 guests waiting. All right, we got Justin Tubner, Alexander Tubner's dead,
We might go back to him.
and we got. All right, we got a lot going on here. We got 2 guests waiting,
on Bedell.
including Justin Tubner is going to join us in a second. We got Nathaniel Waller. Let's just get your guys' final thoughts. Portland State 42. And we're going to save them for the post. I'm going to use you plenty on the post game show. You guys can go have a good time, get ready for the game. But final thoughts on this one. They're in overtime, by the way, Vanderbilt and Missouri. So you can finish up and run inside and watch the end of that. But 42.5-point favorites tonight. Boise State, Portland State, your final thoughts.
I would expect Boise to come out and dominate.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I don't know. I know they're preaching a fast start, so I kind of expect that. But if if they don't, I'm not panicking. But I think they're going to jump on them early, and we'll probably see a lot of different faces in the second half. But I also appreciate the fact Portland State has some decent players. They've got this is their Super Bowl. They were off last week. Guys are fired up, so they're going to come out ready to play. It's going to be like a cakewalk. So they're going to have to work their way through it. It's going to be tough. But I think Boise State's going to make some big plays. I think you're going to see a lot of new faces making big plays. And, I'm just excited to get the home schedule going.
What year did we play Portland State? What year did we play Portland State? It was Garrett Curran's redshirt freshman year because he started at right tackle.
Yeah, it was like 19.
Sounds right.
Yeah, so like what I told those guys, you already have a Portland State team walking in on the blue in a sold-out crowd. You already got your hand around it, right? And now it's just time to go and give them no help.
We looked it up the other day. In 2005, we were down 14-7. We had maybe not our best team, but a good team. And we came back and won. But it wasn't exactly an exciting.
But I think it goes to your point of starting fast. Give them no hope. Give them no hope. Just give it, stomp on their chest right now, end it, and go. You guys are in for a long day. You know it. I know it. So we're gonna beat the shit out of you, and then we're gonna move on.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Good luck on the post-game show. I'll join you eventually.
I said that very.
I'm shaking your hand. No, I'll take the mic too. But appreciate you guys. Keep it. Let's go PG-13 on the post-game. Can we do that at least?
Coach A. Haas.
All right. Thank you.
No problem. No promises.
There we go.
Hey, there you go.
All right. Let's keep the speakers working because the biggest crowd of the day you got was for
keep our shirts on.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going.
All right, we'll see them on the post-game show. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Brad Bedell, Kent Riddle. We're going to get Mr. Zubner over here real quick. We'll get to Nathaniel in just a minute. Let's see which mic we don't need. This is 3, so mute number 1 for a minute. Just turn number 1, the mute up there on the left. Top, just pull it down, doesn't matter. All right, get out of here, Brad. We got more guests, more stuff to do here. All right, we're doing this on the fly. We got Justin Tubner. I saw Malachi Nelson's dad back here, too. Check. We're good here, I think. Have a seat here, Mr. Tubner. We got Justin Tubner, Alexander Tubner's dad. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
We're doing great. Really appreciate you walking over. You saw the Bronco walk. What's the first home game of the year for a dad in the final year of the home games here? I mean, he doesn't have another year, right? We can't find one somewhere.
Yeah, no, this is it.
So what's the emotions like for you? I guess the final first home game here.
Excited, obviously he's come a long way from home game number 1 when he first got here. Different dynamic. I tell you that was the biggest crowd I've ever seen for the Bronco.
Really?
They probably doubled second place. So exciting. Looks like fans are into it.
3 sellouts to start the year here. What's it like for you? And I guess I got to bring it up, though, but the game in Eugene 2 weeks ago, that had to be really tough for the whole family with the targeting call.
Yeah, I got overturned, so it's bittersweet. He gets to play the whole game this game. It's what it is. Can't do anything about it now. He took it pretty hard. He wants to be there for his teammates. So we have a lot of good DBs that stepped up.
What's it like for a dad? I watch my kid play, Little League baseball, but it's obviously not the same. To watch your son on national TV and playing, at a high level for a school like Boise State and be a starting player for multiple years there. Just what's the feeling like as a dad?
Just super proud. Obviously I've been with him through the entire journey. It's been a long road, so very rewarding. And, just super proud, especially of the team captain piece.
And to come in as a walk-on too and earn a scholarship and just the whole journey and to see where he's at now, like I said, to be one of the top players on the team, a team captain, just what can you say about his football career and just, I guess, particular high school and not getting recruited very much, and then what he's turned out to be, like I said, a team captain and a starter. It's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, and he's always been a very confident kid. It's never been a case of, I'm shocked that I'm here right now. He's always expected it. it's awesome, but it's by no means a surprise.
This team, I know, was a really close loss to Oregon, but obviously, in a lot of, I know there's no moral victories, but obviously went without winning about as good as it could have gone. I mean, is that for you as a parent? I mean, you're pretty excited about a lot of help today too. A team's losing in terms of the group of 5 and all that. I mean, you feeling like this could be a special final season for your son and the team here?
I do, and these things have a weird way of kind of coming full circle. I wouldn't be surprised if they meet him again. I fully expect them to be the group of 5 representative at the end of the year, and then when you're in the tournament, anything can happen. Yeah, this will be a special year.
When you're watching the game and you're out there in the stands, I mean, are you watching the whole play? Are your eyes focused solely on your son and nothing else, or how do you do that as a dad?
Yeah, so my eyes start with my kid, and then it shifts to the entire play. So I have, sometimes I have to kind of watch it back because I miss too much of Alexander, and then I've got to. Because it starts with my eyes trying to find Alexander, and then it shifts to the play. So if he's not involved in the play, I can miss him.
We're visiting with Justin Tubner for a couple more minutes. He's Alexander Tubner's father. Did he get his football skills from you? What's your football background?
Yeah, I played. He's much better than me. I had a brief stint. Got hurt pretty quick, and I didn't have a me in my life to kind of. I was having too much fun in college to continue, but no, he's head and shoulders better than me for sure.
Just in terms of this defense, and obviously, it's funny because we've talked for a couple of years, and there's social media now with all kinds of stuff and criticism and comments on here and all kinds of stuff. I mean, how has that been as a dad to whether it be from me, from others, from other people? Like at times to hear somebody maybe not say something super complimentary, and I think it's hard to find things to say now because he's obviously proven he's a heck of a player. But maybe in the early years or whenever it randomly does happen, what's that like as a parent in the new social media age? In dealing with criticism and things.
It can be difficult at times, especially when there's. The kids that are on the field know there's play call, defensive play calls. So
you mean us blowhards don't know what we're talking about all the time? Come on.
Hey, there's no getting around. Sometimes you're just flat beat.
Yep.
But sometimes what might look like a kid gets beat is actually a tremendous hustle play.
Sure.
But a kid getting involved when their teammate, maybe got beat.
People look up and see one guy chasing the receiver, and 3 other guys messed up for that to happen.
Right. But yeah, it's luckily Alexander doesn't pay attention to any of the social media, so I try not to bring it up because the only way he hears about it usually is I bring it up.
Yeah.
So I try to absorb it.
Well, the San Diego State game last year, I mean, he didn't know who my kids were, but he was walking by. Both my kids were at the game in San Diego, and he ended up giving both my kids his gloves after the game, and my kids are back there. They got they're lifelong Alexander Tubner fans, so they go play football in the backyard, and they're fighting over who gets to wear them still. And one was Tubner and one was Skinner for a long time, and now they mix it up. But I mean, he seems like a heck of a young man.
Nice, I appreciate that. Well, JL's no slouch either. He's tearing it up in the big snow.
Well, final thing, just you're here. How do you come to every game, every home game at least, or you're over in Walla Walla now, or?
Yeah, I split my time between Walla Walla and now Seaside. I'm helping out with our other dealership there. So, but yeah, I don't miss unless there's something really fun.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by, man. Best of luck to Alex and the team the rest of the season. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
There he is, Justin Tubner. We appreciate him. You can just get up. We don't really have any way to do it here. Appreciate Justin Tubner for joining us. And, we're going to take a quick time out and make sure all these audio issues are fixed. And when we come back, we're going to have our man, Nathaniel Wilder. We'll take some of your score predictions. Quick timeout. We're back in a couple minutes. Stick with us here on the Bronco Nation News pregame show. Subscribe to Bronco Nation News on YouTube. Join the fastest online growing community of Boise State sports fans. YouTube.com/Bronco Nation News is the website. If you're watching on Facebook or X, we ask you to swap over YouTube.com/Bronco Nation News. If you're already watching on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button. And while you're there, hit the like button as well. Help us show up higher in the algorithms. All the press conferences, highlights, interviews, live shows. All of our content is available on YouTube. Again, subscribe today so you don't miss any broadcast. Hit the notifications button and turn that on so you're notified when we go live. And again, subscribe to Bronco Nation News on YouTube. Join the Horseshoe Collective and Bronco Nation News at every away game football watch party at the National. It's inside House of Western proper, part of the Western Collective group at 610 West Idaho Street. You walk in, you turn to the right, and it's the bar right there. They'll have full audio of the games, great deals, including $3 Horseshoe Gold Nails, and 10% of all proceeds goes to benefit the Horseshoe Collective. Again, Western Collective has locations in Garden City or downtown Boise. Try some of their delicious beers, including that Horseshoe Golden Ale, the first beer in the country to support an NIL collective. Check them out, Western Collective, our studio sponsor here at Bronco Nation News. I tell you every day, but there would be no Bronco Nation News without Andy Rowe and our title sponsor, rowpaint.com. Concrete coatings, interior, exterior residential painting, commercial, industrial, all your painting needs. Consider the official paint and coatings company at Boise State Athletics. And again, our title sponsors. Support the sponsors, folks. Your next painting project, make sure it's with rowpaint.com. Check them out online, roepaint.com, or give them a call, 208-991-0567. Power and people, pride in painting. The title sponsor of Bronco Nation News is rowpaint.com. Be on the lookout for the next edition of the Tyson Degenhart Show, sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest, of course, is that mobile e-branch online banking in the app on your smartphone. Check them out for all your banking needs, whether it's a home loan, a car loan, just want to get a standard checking account set up. They can do it all at Idaho Central Credit Union. Check them out online, ICCU.com. Whether it's the Magic Valley, the Treasure Valley, all over Idaho, all over the surrounding states. Next time you need to head to the grocery store, think Ridley's Family Markets. Find a location near you online at shopridleys.com. Again, love the Star location, love the Cuna location. Whenever we head up to McCall, that's the spot we stop as well. Download that Skep app, get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line. And keep in mind, Ridley's Family Markets, sponsor here at Bronco Nation News. Snake River Pool and Spa Patio and Game has been around since 1978. Locations in Twin Falls, Boise, Meridian, Nampa. They're part of the Boise State home team, and they can help you out at thespateam.com. The Raines family purchased our spa. We are loving it. The delivery, the installation, the setup. It was so easy. I highly recommend it. They help you every step of the way, and we're loving, as the weather starts to cool down here, our new spa from Snake River Pool and Spa. But again, the patio and game portion, they've got that as well. Pool table, billiards table, anything you need for the game room, for the patio, they can help you out. Again, full inventory can be available online. They're ready to help you now. Check them out. Snake River Pool and Spa, Patio and Game, thespateam.com. The Raines family found out firsthand just how amazing Matt Bauscher and his staff is. #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley for a reason. The Raines family purchased and sold our home using Matt and his team, Kelly, Cade, Sarah, the whole team, just tremendous customer service. So thankful we went with the sponsors, 243-8222. Check them out online, BauscherRealEstate.com. And again, no home is too big or too small for Matt and his team. Let them take care of you, BauscherRealEstate.com. Check out the Riley and Ridge Show every Tuesday night on Bronco Nation News. Former Boise State tight end Riley Smith, longtime Boise State assistant coach Kent Riddle, together, weekly football talk from a unique perspective. Streams every Tuesday, 8 o'clock on YouTube. Shout out to Johnny Ballgame, who's watching from the BSU press box. Don't eat all the food, Johnny. I'll be over there shortly. Let us know if the audio is okay. We're doing the best we can here, folks. Apologize. For some reason, one cord that's typically plugged in wasn't plugged in, and not sure what's going on here. So let us know if it sounds okay, and we'll do the best we can. Jaden, keep us updated here with how it sounds. But we got our man Nathaniel Wilder here, and this is apparently the 50th anniversary, right, of Buster Bronco?
Yeah, this year they'll be doing the celebration on the 4th and the 5th of October.
So Buster Bronco is turning 50 years old.
Yes.
Do you know any of the history of Buster Bronco, how it was started, or how it's 50 years old?
From what I can remember, it was probably about the 70s. They want to have an official mascot because before they don't think there really was one.
Okay. Well, Buster Bronco's turning 50, and we have you on here, Nathaniel. Everyone knows you from your hat. They know you from your how great of a fan you are. But I don't know if everybody knows this. Some might. You have a very unique connection to Buster Bronco.
That is correct.
So fill us in.
Yeah, so the last few years of the Coach Pete era, I was one of the Busters. I was one of the mascots for Boise State.
You were Buster Bronco?
Yes, for the last years of the Coach Pete era.
How many Buster Broncos do you think there have been? I mean, how many are there typically in 1 year? Just 1, 2?
The max they do is about 4. Sometimes they do 2 to 3.
Okay. By the way, Mizzou and Vanderbilt are in double overtime, so we were keeping our eye on that. But tell us some stories. What can you tell us? Buster Bronco, what's it like being in that suit?
It was fun to be in the suit, get to be on the sideline for the games and interact with Bronco Nation and help bring the juice for the team. Practices were always like 6 a.m. For Buster, it was just more like weights every now and then, do some cardio just to stay in shape. Try to do some tucks. I never really got any flips or tucks down, even though I tried my best.
You tried to do a flip in the Buster Bronco suit.
Now, it was in the gymnastics training room. I never could get one down outside the suit. Probably worse in the suit.
I'm trying to think of that movie where the guy's in the suit and he's drinking too much.
Blue Mountain State?
There's several.
Well, there's a TV series. There's that one.
There's several of them.
It's like my dorm-mates and I are watching that every now and then. My freshman year.
Looks like Mizzou may have just won the game in double overtime. We'll see what they call here. Not sure. They're saying it's an incomplete pass, so it's 4th down. They're going to have a long field goal attempt here.
So
turn his mic up a little bit. Someone's asking. So I think we're up all the way. There we go. Just try to get as close as you can.
Right.
You're
Yep,
up.
I'll go closer.
All right. So Buster Bronco. When you were Buster? Did you tell people or did you not tell people?
Well, technically I was supposed to, but again, the first year my freshman year was right after the Avengers came out, and of course, like in Iron Man, Tony Stark was famous for saying "I am Iron Man." So, even though I was supposed to, I was feel like Tony Stark, RDJ version, be like, "Yeah, I am Buster Bronco."
Any crazy stories that you're able to say on air here about being Buster Bronco? Any girls flash you or anything? Or,
I wish not. No, they didn't. I mean, one of the craziest scenes was right after that opening home game in 2012. I think it was Miami of Ohio. I mean, their mascot wanted to do a friendly fight. It was my first game, so I'm like, no. But right after one of the other mascots had a party at his place because he was 21 plus and there were minors involved. And so what happened was that party got busted by the popo. And the very next day or two in the States was Buster busted. So for a while, I was the only Buster, which was a little rough because the very next week or so, there was another home game. I had to do the football game early in the day, and then that night was volleyball. And for the volleyball game, I was absolutely trashed because of the fact that I spent a lot of my energy at the football game.
What kind of pride did you take in being Buster Bronco?
Like, I took a hell lot of pride in it.
Well, I mean, what was kind of the tradition of the suit, or just being the official mascot of the team? What did that mean to you? And then now, when you see the kind of people after you that have done it, what's that family like?
Oh yeah, it was awesome to be Buster, to be part of that heritage and that legacy. Again, I did last year as a Coach Peter. Once when Arthur came in, I figured no other stand to pass the baton up, and ever since Buster's been pretty damn good. I mean, I love it when at basketball games, Buster is walking behind the opposing bench and just clowning the crap out of them. That's always fun to watch.
Vanderbilt just missed a kick in double overtime.
Ooh.
Missouri Tigers hang on and win the
wow.
game there. So, how are you feeling about the game tonight? Final thing.
Well, I feel pretty good. I think Boise State's probably going to win I'd say 74-3.
74-3 is the call.
Yes.
If that happens, I'll hook you up with a gift card to the James if you're close to that. Well, hey, appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on, man. Awesome stuff, Nathaniel. And we'll be seeing you out there, man. Have fun. Appreciate you, man.
Broncos.
There he is, Nathaniel Wilder. One of how many Buster Broncos do you think there have been in history? 40, 50? What do you think?
Since it's about, I'd say probably about 150, somewhere around there.
How many?
150.
Okay. But it's a pretty small group.
Yes.
And this guy's one of them. So thanks, man. Appreciate it. There he is, Nathaniel Wilder. We'll take the mic from you there. Thanks a lot, man. There he is, donning the cap. You can mute his mic now. That looks like that was number 1, I believe. All right. Sorry about that, guys. We're dealing with some audio issues today. We're doing the best we can. We may have been better by flipping it. I don't know if it sounded any better or different or not. Leave it, I guess, for now. But this is the first home game in 302 days. And we're going to hear from some players. We're going to hear from some coaches talking about it being the first home game in 302 days. First, because of the craziness here, I just want to do a 25-second spot to thank our sponsors.
Bronco Nation News is presented by RowPaint.com, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, by Lithia Ford, The Blue and Orange Store, Western Collective, by Jackson's, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Bauscher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, by Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and by Timberstone Golf Course.
All right, first home game in 302 days. Get your comments in, get your questions in, And all right, so before we play this clip here, I want to remind folks about the post-game show. We're going to try to take some post-game voicemails. If we can't get them on the post-game show, we'll air them on Monday. But again, we would like to have your post-game calls. It's pretty easy to do. It's a new thing we have. It's called the Signature Roofing Voice Inbox. You just go to speakpipe.com/BNN, speakpipe.com/BNN. When the game ends or in the fourth quarter or whenever you want, get your voicemail in. You do it right there from your phone, your computer, wherever you're at. And you record the voicemail, and then we'll try to play it on the post-game show after the game. So speakpipe.com. Make sure you get your post-game voicemail in for Bronco Nation News. But if you have a score prediction, you have a thought, we got a packed house here. We got our man Kip in the house. Everyone's here supporting the Broncos, so he's fired up. I assume that's a horseshoe gold nail that he's partaking in over there. But again, get your score predictions in. Let us know where you're watching from, all that good stuff. We'll get some of your comments and stuff here as we go throughout the show. But here's some of your favorite players and coaches talking about what it means to play on the blue and that first home game in 302 days.
It's weird, like looking at the schedule before the year, noticing that it wasn't until like September 21st or whatever it is on Saturday. It's just exciting to finally get a chance to play in front of our fans. We put up a good show in the first two games, especially the last game. I think that we gave our fans a lot to be excited about when they come out on Saturday and finally see us live. It's just, it's something that's been building up, having the bye week in between the Oregon week and then coming into this one. So it's been building up for us for a little bit. I'm just excited to get out there and let it loose.
The feeling is great right now, especially with the night game. I believe the first home game, the first two, I think last year were all day games, but night game, the fans get to get the full experience with the light shows and all that type stuff. So I'm definitely expecting it to be sold out and have the place rocking. Can't wait.
How special is this place to you, and do you soak in the times you have left running out the tunnel and stuff?
Oh, yeah, definitely. This place is special. At first, when I got out here, I didn't really realize how special it was. But I kind of even when they came and see me a week before signing day, I just felt the family vibe. But, just being here 4 years now or 5 years, being able to experience everything, the people, and just the Boise State culture, it's definitely been nothing short of a blessing. So I'm just ready to keep going, keep taking advantage of these days.
Oh, it's great. Just heard we sold out our first 3 home games, so that's great. Just want to thank Bronco Nation for that, and we're gonna go out there and try to win every home game.
What's so special about running out on the blue and just playing a home game here?
Oh, it's just the tradition of it. It's like all the people that come before you. It's what we work for every day. Being able to go out there in front of 37,000 fans and just cut it loose and let them know how we work, how hard we work, and just go out there and make plays.
My first home game on the blue was 2017. We played Troy at home. It was a day game. And I'll never forget running out that tunnel and just the feeling of Bronco Nation on the blue. And this is before the lights and some of the new sound stadium and the new scoreboard. And there's nothing like it in college football. And I believe that. I don't believe there's any better place to play college football than on the blue. Right here in Boise, Idaho. I mean, it's a place where their fan base loves their team. No matter what time kickoff is, they will be there. I am a firm believer that this game will be a sellout.
For someone that's never got to experience it, how do you describe running out of the tunnel on the blue?
There's nothing compared to it. I mean, our stadium feels, pretty solid size when you're going out there and practicing, but I feel like when we run out of the tunnel, the stadium feels 3 times bigger. It's so loud you can't even hear yourself think. I mean, everyone's, it's indescribable. And it leaves you wanting more every single time you do it because it's just an uncomparable feeling. I mean, I think that was part of my driving reason for coming back for my 6 was I need to get more on the blue.
It'll be good to, just be able to go through a routine at a home game, Bronco walk, all that. Just be able to stay here, go into the training room before the game, little stuff like that is what I'm always appreciative for because when we're away, it's not a lot of space to get moving and be able to do what you do pre-practice. So just being able to go in here, get our body right, and be able to stay home is just great.
It's the loudest stadium I've ever played in. We've played in a lot of very loud places. Even 2 weeks ago, Autzon's super loud, but there's nothing that compares to third down at Albertsons Stadium. I mean, the crowd is just consistently loud. I feel like in a lot of places, you see crowds get a little bit quiet in between snaps so the offense can actually get their communication in. That's not the case on the blue. I think the crowd just stays loud the entire game and it makes it really hard on other teams.
Will you always have a special place for the south end zone down there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. anytime we're near there, I definitely give them a little bring the noise, bring something, try to fire them up a little bit more because they literally can't hear anything when they're over there. It's awesome.
I think it's that end zone, that south end zone, especially when we're on defense, getting those false start calls on the opposing offense. Those fans are always rocking down there. But, I mean, just the overall experience of just a game day, a home game day, all the fans, they're so excited to see us, and they're cheering at literally every play. As soon as that offense gets out there, you can't even hear nothing. So that's the fun part about it, just, play. Because, we play in stadiums where they're equally as loud. We can't hear nothing, but for it to be flipped, and us be out there and then the opposing team have to deal with that, that's the best part for sure.
And there's so much tradition with the Blue Field. There's one of the winningest teams at home over the past 2 decades. And I'm talking to our team, like, guys, that's why this facility's built, is you had a group of guys for decades that when they played a game on the Blue, they found a way to win. And that's got to be our team. I mean, we've lost too many games on the Blue over the years. I've been a part of a lot of those. We got to get it right. We got to fix it. When we come home to play on the Blue in front of Bronco Nation, at home in Boise, Idaho, we got to find a way to win. And there's so much legacy, so much tradition with it. And I even told some of our new coaches that haven't had a home game on the Blue yet, like, guys, get ready. There's nothing louder. There's nothing more exciting than playing in Albertsons Stadium. And so I can't wait.
Like, I mean, when I came on my official in 2018, like, I knew that the home games are special. I came here, I think I was at the BYU game in 2018. That place was
Is that the
freaking.
one they tackled him at
Yes,
the 1 yard?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, when they got Zach Wilson on the 1. So that crowd was rocking. But the crowd's always been rocking. It's just really cool to continue to see continued investment in our program. Seeing the new Jumbotron, and I'm excited to see the new sound system because it already gets loud enough. Loud to the point that you can't even hear the sound system usually, so I'm excited to actually get to hear some things too during the game. But one thing that I am kind of jealous I'm going to miss is the North End Zone project. But I'm definitely going to come back as an alumni and get to enjoy that. When I'm joining Bronco Nation, so
beer garden, all that.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Appreciate our man, all those guys, Coach D and the players there. And again, we're at the James. We got a huge crowd here. I just talked to Malachi Nelson's family. They were here. His dad is over here. He's saying hopefully tonight is the night for, maybe to get Malachi Nelson in there. And that's obviously one of the storylines of this game. I know you guys are wanting to see Malachi Nelson get out there. Ashton Genty putting up his numbers. The defense, maybe some turnovers. The new sound system. Like, just let us know what, David Bigelow's saying, get loud tonight, South End Zone. What's your number one thing you're most excited about tonight? Is it seeing Ashton Genty do his thing in person on the Blue? Is it the sound system, the light show, sellout crowd? Is it, maybe seeing Malachi Nelson get in the game tonight? So what are you most excited about seeing? Get us in the chat, as well as your score predictions. We got a couple final minutes left here. Get your score predictions in, and whoever gets closest to the right score prediction is going to get a $100. What are we giving away? $25, I believe. I almost said 100. A $25 gift card to the James. So you get closest to the score prediction, you're getting a $25 gift card to the James Kitchen and Bar here. So let's see. Sky says Genty is 1A, Malachi is 1B. So I'm going to check and see. We did have a couple voicemails come in, but I don't know if I can play them fast enough to get them on here. Make sure after the game you get some voicemails in. We would love to talk to some of you guys and hear from you. Hope Nelson gets some time tonight. Yeah, his dad's right over here. You come to the James, you can see a lot of the players' dads and stuff. The whole Nelson family is right over there. So they had people shaking their hands, talking to him. Chris has 65-10 for his score prediction. Mystery Man has 56-17. So I don't know what the issue was with the audio earlier in the show, guys, so I apologize for that. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as good as it usually is. So I apologize. When this show ends, we're going to try to get it right for the post-game show. Again, right when the game ends, come on back. Kent Riddle, Brad Bedell, they're going to solo take the post-game show, and that's going to be a lot of fun here at the James Kitchen and Bar. Tyler has 59-21. Chris has 56-13. Genty with 30 points of his own, so 4+ touchdowns. I guess 4 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion is what Brent has. Let's see. Roy's got 48-21. What else we got? 48-17. Blowout is a blowout. 43-21 is Tiki Royce's prediction there. Genty is what he wants to see, number one. By the way, make sure you hit that like button over there in the corner. I think it's right down there. There's a little button to like the broadcast. There's a little thumbs up, I believe you can give. So make sure you give that for us. And again, if I would say, subscribe to the video, but if you guys are watching this, that means you're already a YouTube subscriber. So we appreciate you guys for being a YouTube subscriber, and I hope you'll come back on the post-game show as well. 70-0 is Sky's prediction. We got 56-10 for Brent. So a lot of score predictions coming in. We appreciate you guys for watching. We thank all of our sponsors. I want to give another shout out, 25 seconds here to all of our sponsors, because we didn't get all of our normal spots in, and I apologize to all of our sponsors for that. But another quick reminder of our sponsors.
Bronco Nation News is presented by RowPaint.com, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, by Lithia Ford, The Blue and Orange Store, Western Collective, by Jackson's, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Bauscher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, by Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and by Timberstone Golf Course.
Back. We're getting our post-game plans going here. Again, Jaden Finch is going to be running the post-game show. You do not want to miss the post-game show. Kent Riddle and Brad Bedell hosting it by themselves. That could be a lot of fun. Mad Dog is going to show why he is QB1 tonight. Brent Chapman says Texas Bronco has 52-7, 56-14 for Blake Bates. BJ, you guys are awesome. Hope the audio is better now. I think it is, hopefully, or as good as it's going to be for tonight. But appreciate you, David. Yeah, I have no idea why it's not as good as it usually is, but we're going to work on that for the post-game show and for future games. And I think, honestly, it might just be because there's a lot of noise. This place is packed right now. There's a ton of fans here. This is the spot you need to be for all games moving forward. Get down to the James. This place is popping. There's not an empty seat in the house. And like I said, there's players' parents here. We saw Mr. Tubner, Malachi Nelson's dad, all kinds of other people. You just saw Riley Smith come on earlier in the show as well. So major thanks to the James for having us. Appreciate all you guys as well. 69-14 is Shane's prediction. So we're going to wrap this up. We got to figure out the technical issues here for the post-game show, but we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, full coverage coming to BroncoNationNews.com. I'll have a story. Mike Prater is going to have some post-game thoughts, and then we're going to have the post-game show as well. So about 10 to 15 minutes, pretty quickly after the game ends, 10, 15 minutes, come on back to this YouTube channel. Brad Bedell, Kent Riddle, the drinks will be flowing, the comments will be flowing. So get your voicemails in for the post-game show. They'll take those, and really looking forward to the post-game show here on Bronco Nation News. So thank you to RowPaint.com. Thank you to Western Collective, our studio sponsor. Make sure you check out that Golden Ale beer as well as the Orange Chaos Seltzer as well inside the stadium. And again, obviously, Lithia Ford of Boise, our pregame show sponsor. So all of our major sponsors, Taco Bell, Transportation Compliance Service, Jackson's, they got the tailgate going right across the street. So a lot of fun down here. We appreciate all of our major sponsors. I know I forgot some of them, but it's just been a weird show. So thanks so much for sticking with us. We're going to jump off here and get inside the stadium. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, @BJ Rains, @BNN Bronco Nation. We'll have full coverage of all the news and notes on Twitter. And as I said, make sure you come on back here for the post-game show. Brad Bedell, Kent Riddle will start it off. I'll come in. We'll hear from Spencer Danielson, some players. Going to be a fun night tonight after the game. So join us about 15 minutes after the game on the Bronco Nation News YouTube channel. Get those voicemails in as well. The link is speakpipe.com/BNN, speakpipe.com/BNN. And again, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support and sticking with us through the early audio issues. We're going to head in the stadium. We'll talk to you soon. This has been the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show. We'll see you on the postgame show. This is Bronco Nation News Live here at BroncoNationNews.com.